Hello everyone, my name is Jack Nanchenko. I'm the CTO and co-founder at StellarSoft. Today I'm joined by Hugo Tormenta, Director of E-commerce at Onliz, a French platform based focused on professional equipment leasing with a fully digital experience across categories like IT, telephony, print and furniture, hygiene, security, and more. Today's conversation is going to go about Hugo's journey, what it takes to turn the marketplace into the SaaS product, and how you simplify a financially sensitive buying journey without dumping it down, and how to keep priorities sharp when the opportunity set keeps getting bigger. Um, Hugo, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be there and share this
It's
journey.
It's definitely a pleasure to have you here as well, Hugo. To start this with a very easy one, Hugo, can you give us the short version of your path into e-commerce, please?
It started with two first experiences outside of commerce. I would say one, which was my first main job, where I was doing event marketing for Salomon, the sports brand.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the commercial side, when I was being a wholesale commercial for Le Coq Sportif, southern France.
Mm-hmm.
With those two ones, I've been experiencing two things I pretty much appreciate, and I had the opportunity to take the lead of marketplace strategy for Le Coq Sportif up in Paris, and that's where I did all start in my journey with e-commerce. Then I did included also pure players, and then taking care of the whole website, and that's where it all began.
Yeah, for sure. Onless is not about e-commerce though, right? So what pulled you into the business that sits between e-commerce, leasing, and financial workflows?
The idea came from my CEO now. He, he, he's part of another company named Locam, which is really doing leasing in real life, I would say, not in a
Yeah.
digital way. And starting seeing that there were so many opportunities to bring back it to a digital version and make it more smoothly, more easier. And decided when he did explain me this pro project and came out and reached me in my former position. Uh, sounds pretty exciting to take it and to go and create this new way of doing things.
Absolutely. At what point did you realize that this wasn't the marketplace story, but something bigger?
Oh, pretty soonly, because when I did arrive, I try to get. I'm always focused about money, and
As
how
everyone
you
does.
doing profit and loss, and how it goes from the very beginning to the very end. And I did start to make some analysis of what was my cost of having someone making an order, and how was the full funnel until the end. And the thing is, in our position, when you're doing a leasing, it's not selling something to anyone, because you have to analyze this. Who is your client? He's someone you can trust in, and you can give him the money because he will pay you back on this long-term contract. And
Hmm.
as we are making it in a professional way, not it's we have a lot of statistics, and uh, we are allowed to have some French bank informations that permits us to take our decisions. But it's still, there's way more people asking that people that you already said yes, it's a go. We can call you this contract. So this makes the whole funnel a bit tricky, because it's hard to explain to Google or whoever. This one is okay, this one is not.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
And this one is okay as a person, as a company, but it's not okay as a person. So that makes the challenge a bit tricky at that time. And coming from that, from this point of view, it was like, okay, we need to change our business model, and we need to go and search for some companies that will make it on their own with their own clients who they already know and can give us some guarantee, and it will help us in another way to reach out and get some clients.
Cool. Sounds good. We'll dive into the SaaS model a little bit further down the line, down the podcast. But to step back for a second and kind of like for everyone who's listening who doesn't know anything about Onliz, like how do you explain the business in simple terms?
In simple terms, Onliz, the main idea is how to help you to go and get bigger and get some more clients by using leasing. So you're leasing with purchase option or without, and instead of just selling your products full prices, then you sell it by leasing because it helps for some companies. We have to, but by now we must like take care of the cash because it's been a bit complicated. So leasing helps to keep having some cash and being focused on production things and not some substitute, which is just money stuck like computers or whatever. So we are working on both sides, working on helping companies to preserve their cash by hiring some new products, but also helping those companies which are selling products to sell them in a different way by using leasing. And the main issue with leasing was this long things, like someone selling his product is not a bank man, so he don't know really how it works, and it's a lot of papers you need to sign and switch between different people, so it's a quite a long process. So we've been able to make it pretty much fluid and looking like a normal checkout on any kind of website. But it's been quite a hard job. Saying it this way, it looks pretty easy, but as I first mentioned, we have to control a lot of things because it's not just looking at some credit card detail and pop up and is there the cash enough to pay all the bill? Okay, then we can go. No, there is something totally different. It's more like, is it a real person? Is it the one he pretend to be or not? Is he a company we can trust, or just a fake company that he just created and there's nothing in the back of it? It's a long process.
Very long process, and we'll get to the complexities on the front and how to present this complexity to the end consumers, so it's really clear about how to proceed. But to add some context first to what Onliz does today, and a little bit more about the company, if you don't mind, what pain were you trying to remove from the traditional way businesses lease equipment, like from the offline, if you will, from banks, etc.?
It's to avoid all those loss you may have during your conversion tunnel, because as it's a long process, it's a lot of email, it's a lot of stuff. You can be just bored about doing this, or you have too many things to do. So when it's the whole funnel is 10 days long to sign something, there's so many reasons to lose your client compared to when it's a full funnel on a digital way. It takes 5 minutes to click on everything, and everything is made directly, and you can just sign there, and we move on with that as you can do a normal checkout on the website.
Yeah, for sure. And where does the marketplace model work really well today, and where does it have its limits?
That's a good question. It works well because we have the trust of our partners, and many of them are asking for some more and more features, and it's been pretty exciting to see everyone looking at us like this. Even more because we are part of a bank world, and it's a bit of a fight in between different banks, and we can see that there's some trying to make the same thing as we do. So it's a bit of exciting to see this. the pain points are more that we had to change. We had to use this marketplace, which was the main goal in the first part, more as a lab now, and as a yeah, something somewhere where we do some trials, somewhere where we do confirm our work products and try to make it better for our other clients.
For sure. And okay, so and to get back to the complexity that the business has behind the scenes, like in general, you're dealing with lots of real financial and operational complexity behind it. What's your philosophy for making that feel simple on the front end?
My main philosophy is that people don't have any time today, or at least they don't want to lose any time. So you need to avoid all those, yeah, long thing that make me feel like, oh, it's boring, it's annoying, and then I try to make everything as simple as it is and take them in condition their expectations are in consideration. So as I'm working with the bank is always having some really structured process, and I try to make the difference between what they want and which is their problem and what the client wants in the end, and how can I answer to both of them. So in front make it as simple as it can be, to respect the client the client will, and in the back having everything structured enough to answer the bank expectations.
Okay, and like from the front end perspective, from how you deal with the end customers and consumers of what your service is like, what is the philosophy to build something that is a modern e-commerce marketplace as of this day, SaaS in the future, while still respecting the seriousness of this financial transaction?
Oh, it's a tricky question. It's how we can sort out the best of normal e-commerce websites, like anything you can find on a basic Shopify website, which people are pretty used to, and what works the best on those solutions, and bring it back. Because the main thing is, leasing looks like something pretty. It's something that scares people. Like it's a topic. It's something where you engage for a long time. You don't know really how it works, and then you can be a bit. You can try to avoid those kind of things. You're more used to just to pay cash and go out with this. So the main philosophy is how to make things as simple as ordering anything on Amazon.
Okay, sounds good. Getting back to your goals, like an eventual like business goal of transferring marketplace or switching from the marketplace model to the SaaS product, what made that shift feel necessary? What drove that decision?
Different thing. In a professional world, people are not always used to show off their prices. It's always, you have always some kind of conditions because you're big enough or you're part of a group or whatever. So having everything on the marketplace, it's been for some of our clients, it's been a bit tricky. They were not okay to have their phone or their products just nearby someone else, because in the professional world, it's all about services including in the product, and having a price, even more when it's a monthly price thanks to leasing, it's pretty hard to explain why it's still the same computer. It looks like exactly the same, but it's 10 euros higher monthly. Why? And it's been a bit tricky for some of them to be compared on a marketplace this way, because when you're on a marketplace, you kind of used to, okay, what's the cheapest one, and let's take the cheapest one. But in the professional world, it's not really about the product; it's more about the services around. So they were asking to have their own website and being able to use all the product, all the checkout we have, but in their universe. So that's how we first try. We first start with, okay, we will start to do some white mark website, and so you have your own website, but using our technology. That was one of the first input, and some few more. Then by now we are about to work with some franchises because they also have some other requests, like they want to have all their suppliers referenced in the same websites, and having their own marketplace, but private marketplace with their own prices. So they want to have a website where you need to log in to get in, to being able to order and to be able to touch the prices they have negotiated for the whole franchise.
So what do you think is the core value for the suppliers? Is it like speed, price, conversion control? What becomes possible for them, like with all of these traits being in place?
It's a bit of everything. It's conversion, because thanks to this digital thing, it's higher the conversions by 30%. The speed of it even more, because it helps to conclude it in 2 emails, so less than few minutes compared to having a lot of exchange with papers that needs to be sent to someone else and signed by another and someone else. So it's been a long process. So coming from 5 days deals to few minutes deals, and the last thing is secureness, because in a professional world, when you order something, at least in France, you used to pay it. You make a sign. Okay, I want to have your products. I want to be delivered there. Okay, it's sign out. Then you deliver the products, and then you're paid 60 or 70 days, 60 or 90 days away from this one. But what do you know about your client? Are you sure he's going to pay you, or are you sure of whatever? Nothing. Using our technology, as we are the ones saying, okay, I'm trusting this one because of many things or not, we are the one taking the risk of this. So on your side as a supplier, you'll be paid, and you'll be paid within 48 hours after delivery proof. So it's a complete different thing for you as a supplier. You're sure about the money getting in. It's gonna come way early, so you don't have to face those periods where you have paid your own supplier but your clients didn't pay you yet with the stock. So it's a lot of things that helps.
Well, indeed, it works. And actually, you mentioned another thing to that. You mentioned something about franchisees, and it's like it being like a standalone segment. Why do you think it feels like such an important wedge for this next phase?
For them, when you're a franchise, there's multiple things you need to answer. One is you have to have everything looking the same everywhere, and you want to be sure about how it is, how your, let's say you're talking about a bakery franchise, for example. You want to be sure that the bakery is looking the same everywhere. You want to be sure that everything is in good condition and not in a bad way. You want to have the final clients having the same experience everywhere. That's one thing. The second thing is you want to get more franchise coming in. So you want to make the whole experience easier for everyone, including money parts and delivering process. So having this website, it permits you to have a look at, in the same place, all your suppliers. Everything is in the same place, so you have one basket with everything in the same basket, delivering everything in multiple places. For example, if you have your own multiple franchise, and it's all in one contract, so you can see how long it's been. You can be sure that every 2, 3, 4 years, everything will be set up all new. So the client's experience is still the same, and it's still in a good condition. And when it comes to your franchise, creating a new one, it doesn't ask that much money because it's a monthly basis and not a full buying, and it's a process way easier, way smoother, because you just have you receive one order, you need to click. It's a full basket. Everything is the same size, same point. It's just one contract. You just need to sign it, and in 5 minutes, everything is done.
And then basically they deal with everything else themselves, and then you know about a little bit more about the specific customer, and then you are on the safer side. That's where you're coming from, basically. Gotcha.
Exactly.
Okay. So let's get to the bottlenecks and like the challenges behind the roadmap, if you will. You've said that the biggest challenge right now is time and prioritization. What makes that especially hard in your context?
I'm in a, my biggest help is also my biggest problem because I'm as I mentioned earlier, I'm part of a group named Locam, which is making leasing in a normal way, and on top of that, it's a huge bank named Crédit Agricole, and having this big brother on my side, it helps to open any kind of door because it's someone pretty big in the back, and it helps. It gives confidence. It helps to have everyone at least pretty okay in the first step to listen to you, and it helps also to at sometimes they are the ones making the first call, and then you move on. So this helps a lot, but in the meantime, someone as it can be, it goes faster than you want. So you need to answer every request, and you want to be at the top at any time, and then it's a question of, okay, who am I going to prioritize more than another one? Why for? What is the biggest deal? Just anyone is having a great new ID, it's always like that. Which one is the real good one? And how I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna put money in this one and invest in development and everything to adapt the product or not.
Yeah, and I mean, I can only imagine how many stakeholders you've got and how many people around you who may want to have some like ideas and throw them on the table. When you have this many people around you, when you've got so many requests and opportunities coming in at once, how do you decide what deserves attention and what do you recommend doing in these situations?
Hmm. Um, it's it's hard to explain. It's more about a long discussion and trying to sort out, is it just a one man or one woman idea, or is it
Mm-hmm.
something that works for more than one person?
Mm-hmm.
Is this idea could be something from for everyone, and how I can adapt it to be sure that it's working for everyone. But it's been part of the whole thing from the beginning. I mean, the CTO is we were both pretty okay that in we don't have enough time to create and recreate and recreate. So it has to be as simple as it can be, but also secure and solid, to be able to adapt at any time. By this, I mean when you develop something, it has to be standardized
Mm-hmm.
at maximum, and also to be independent in a way. So you can just take one part of the whole code thing and copy cut uh, in a way, and reproduce it for something else
Mm-hmm.
without facing some world problem to redevelop from the beginning, or being stuck in the future.
Mm-hmm. Well, I imagine that you have to say no a lot of times. What have you had to become better at saying no to?
Uh, that's that's a tough question, because
You don't have any options to say no to.
no. I always have an option to say no,
Okay.
but depending on who it is in front of you, that it's always easy to say no, or at least you can in a way say no without saying no. It's like, okay, no problem, but for this I need that amount of money, so you first do all those orders, and then I got enough money, then I will move on. Or or also is like, okay, if I'm prioritizing this one, this means this one will not be upfront. Are you all okay with that? And I include everyone, or at least the one that I need to include. I include them in the choice, so they take everything in consideration, and then most of the time, it's come to a good hand. At least we do agree on we do agree on the impact that some choice can make.
Yeah, for sure. And let us better understand how you run the product and deliver without having the internal dev team. As far as I understand and as far as I know, your whole development function is external. How do you structure that so it feels like one team at the end of the day and not a collection of vendors?
Few things. First thing is, even if they are external, there are three of them that are there from the beginning. So they've been part of the whole thing, and they've been pretty well treated from the beginning, money talking, and that was part of the whole deal. That's one thing. And the second one is, as I'm part of a big group, we have some agreements with some developers company, to yeah, to always answer our questions. And it's a kind of contract where you they have to assure that you have enough people. Everything needs to be documented. So it needs to be written somewhere on how they develop everything, and or if someone's come out from nowhere, he can take your hands and do it easily. So that's another thing. And the last thing is something that in this changing world can be surprising, but everyone is forced to be at the office Monday, Tuesday, Thursday.
Okay.
And that's pretty important to me, because you need to do some connection. You need to be together, to exchange, to have some kind of routine. Every morning we're having 10 minutes routine on what I'm gonna do today, what I've done yesterday.
Okay.
So everyone knows what everyone is doing, and I'm working on those small things that are making connections in between everyone, and no one is developing something on his side, and without being sure that everyone knows what he's doing and how he's doing it.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have any like tips that you can share with listeners about how to scale with long-term tech partners versus bringing in specialists for narrow challenges?
Oof. I'm not sure I can pretend to have tips for that one.
But what have you learned? Maybe like what is it like to work with the external dev partners versus the internal dev team, and like maybe you see some advantages and disadvantages, because obviously daily operations are daily operations and you organize your day in a way that is best for the product, but then like there is a common question for the startups, for the marketplace, for products and businesses in general. Like, do we hire in-house, or do we or is there a way to scale up with the vendors, if you will?
I don't know if we are not at the end of the journey yet, so it's hard to say that our choices was the good one, but for now on it works pretty well. I mean, to me it's important to have a core dev team that it's almost part of the company, or even if it's an external one, find a way to make them really part of the project, and then on the side having some external orders coming and going depending on the intensity you have to put on to develop the product, because as we are in the really beginning, for sure we have many things to product and to develop, so it asks a lot of people to be there and to make it go fast or fast enough. But on the long term, I don't think we will need that much people, or at least as we are also scaling up and gonna have some new shareholders coming, it's also something I had to take in considerations, and about cost and HR and in the P&L, and that was one of the reasons we did choose to having people aside and not including in the whole project.
Yeah, for sure. Let's touch on the AI real quick. So as far as I know, AI is already embedded in your operation in several ways: developer productivity and credit decisioning. How do you think about where AI generally creates leverage versus where it's just hype? Like, and what is your general take about AI in businesses?
AI is, to me, really, at least it helps a lot. I don't know which one of the big from US I've been listening yesterday, but he was saying something totally true to me. Is like AI doesn't bring anything if if you don't change your way of doing it. This means back in the days, developers were more like builders in their way and writing down some stuff and making their whole thing. Now AI, it's those guys, if they are still doing it this way, it's not going to work, or not for the long anymore. Now AI is there to completely change the developer's journey. Like developers are no more developing, they are
Right.
managing developers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, with AI, with all of these agents, etc. Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
And it's increasing the speed of delivering by, it's hard to know, but it's going way faster than anything. So AI is not, you cannot fully make things thanks to AI. You always need to read it again and be sure it's make it in a proper way. But it's increasing the speed. But so it's, you cannot I don't understand how you cannot accept to work with AI by now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you have to be careful. You have to optimize your processes and operations first of all to be able to applicable for the AI. And then it's not that it replaces us, but then it definitely adds some leverage in terms of the extent that you can go to by utilizing it, if you will, right? So that's exactly about us as well from our side. So exactly the same take.
And same with marketing, because I've been
marketing, content, right? Technology, operations in general, automations, like reporting, analytics, certain signals that you can create about where it's time for you to look into. So yeah, many different things, and that's kind of like the same approach that we take, and good to have some similar mindsets out there. Hugo, looking ahead over the next 12 months, what would make you say the transition has really worked?
I think it's this thing with the franchises by now. We are working hard on this one, and it's really exciting journey. There's so many things that needs to be delivered by the end of the year on this one. So my main focus will be on franchises and how we will be able to reach the objectives we have.
Okay. Makes sense. What are you most excited in the franchisee opportunity specifically?
Because it's a huge market. It's a really big market, and it's a market working on its own with big brands and everything. So it's overall for me it's part of the developing objectives of the bank I'm belonging to. So it's for sure it helps to put this in my objectives because I need to report them.
And just out of interest, like franchisee business and franchisee side of the business, if you will, is going to be French based, or do you guys plan to expand internationally as well?
By now on, we are only focused on French market because all the products is based on how we are analyzing your viability when it comes to leasing. And for that, we need to have access to the national bank informations, but it's owned by the country. And we're having the license for this one, but not for Europe or for wherever. So, for example, if you were having a company in France, I will have every information, or I will, not on papers, but I can get in different way many informations about you. But by now, as your company is not in France, I don't know anything about you, so I don't know if I can trust you or not. And
Right.
that's the main thing in the back of leasing. So it's making bid on someone you can trust or not.
Right. Okay. Sounds good. And the last one to wrap it up, Hugo, here is if we zoom out 3 years, what do you think the digital leasing should look like then?
Of it's today to me it's not common enough. Like at least in France, leasing is used to really big things and not small things. Like it's used for cars or yeah, really big stuff, printers or like things like that. But not everything you have everywhere on you. And I think that we will more and more move on to this kind of usage economy more than owning economy.
Mm-hmm.
So this needs switching to leasing in a way, or renting something at least, and having to be be more involved in the product's life, how it goes, then how you repair it or not, and yeah, it's kind of stopping this non-stop consuming world, uh, and
Yeah.
to make some products a bit more resistance, more having a better life, long-term life, and being more easy to repair. So maybe it's gonna higher a bit more the price, but it's if you impact it on an easy way, it doesn't change that much, and it's gonna be better for the whole planet. So yeah, I hope things will move on this way, and Disney will be used a big part of it. Maybe it's not on a 3 years time, but I'm a bit more long term. But yeah, I hope it's gonna take this direction.
Well, it's great that we have the people like you in the sphere in the market that understand this and that are working towards that direction. So, Hugo, thank you so much for sharing the thinking behind the transition, the trade-offs, the reality of built-in, something that sits between e-commerce, simplicity, and financial great rigor. Really enjoyed the conversation. Again, thank you so much. For anyone who doesn't know the Onliz, I'll leave the link down below as well as the link to Hugo if you want to ask any follow-up questions. Hugo, again, thank you so much for taking time.
Thank you for having me, and wish you the best.
Thank you.